Merhaba arkadaşlar, bugün sizinle birlikte yeni çıkacak olan, yani yarın çıkacak, bugün ayın 26'sı 27'sine çıkacak olan Erkin'in erişimde videonun siparişte ne olan The Sinking City'yi oynayacağız ve Türkçe oynayacağız. Ben oyunun Türkçe olduğunu bilmiyordum ama güzelmiş. Ve Epic Games'in bir oyunu, tabi başka şeyler. Nvidia GeForce bende olduğu için arkadaşlar bilgisayarımda bende de GeForce olduğu için daha kaliteli olacak ama ilk önce ben niye ortam mesela niye yüksek değil, efsanevi olsun. Şimdi evet, yeterli. Onlarla bir daha bakayım. Kaydolmuş mu? Kaydolmuş. Şimdi başlayalım arkadaşlar. Devam etti çünkü yanlışlıkla yeni oyun demiştim. Şimdi baştan. Evet. Sayın Baş Charlie, istediğiniz gibi Oglumu kentindeki isteği ve göl vakalarından hafifçe araştırdım. Varsayılarımızın doğru olduğu anlaşılıyor. Bu vakalar gerçekten burada daha sık yaşanıyor. Ülkenin dört bir yanında gelen insanlar sizinkilere benzer göğlerden muzdayım. Bu olan bir şehir büyük ve bilinmeyen bir şeyin varlığı gibi. Şans eseri yarattığınızın kaynağına ve size yardımcı olabilecek bir şey yasladığımıza inanıyorum. Hazırlanın ve olabildiğince çabuk Akomod'a gelin. Size yardımcı olabilmek için burada olacağım. Saygılarla Jonas ve Andy Beck. Nasıl okudum bilmiyorum. Şimdi oyun başlasın, bunu okudum. Nasıl bir oyun olduğunu bilmiyorum bu arada. Yetenekler falan var burada. Bunu şimdi hatırlamıyoruz, tamam. Harita var, daha harita yok. Bilgiler var, vaka raporu var. Zihin sayıyor, rapordaki bir görüntü. Tamam. Envanter. O oyun bayağı güzelmiş. Ayarlardan ben bir sesini kısacağım yine. Çünkü sesimi bastırmasını falan istemiyorum ve çok yani bana çok geliyor, bilmiyorum size ne kadar geliyor da. Zaten ben bunu editlerken eğer az gelirse şunları şöyle bir yapalım. Geçmiş arşivler asmak eder, dövüş, dalış, zihin müşahede, kanıt, vaka raporu. Bakalım. Vaka raporu değil de ben yerden veya bir şey. Galiba grafik kayması oluyor ondan dolayı. Bir dakika böyle.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Now get out!
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the letter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Tamam, ayrıca Bekle.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Ben bu adamı Tamam, şimdi M'ye basacağız. Şimdi biz buradayız. Burası ne? Burası Venedik'e benziyor yalnız. Şöyle bir bakalım. İskele bu da. Burası ne? Şimdi vakıf raporları var. Otel odası, şeytan sportunda bir odanın anahtarıymış. Anahtar vermiş bize. Ama şeytan hissi finalde onu hala anlamış değil. Bakalım. Emniyet Müdürlüğü. Üniversite. Şimdi her şey var da şey yok yani. Ha, burası mı? Şeytan hissi film oteli. F mi bozuyoruz? Pusula işaretleri. Burayı istiyoruz. Şöyle. Konum işaretli space. Evet, buraya gitmek istiyoruz. Evet. Şimdi düz gidip şuradan şöyle döneceğiz.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us. the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Tane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Önemli kayıt toplandı. Şimdi burada haritada gösteriliyor mağaza, balıkçı evi. Balıkçı evinin ben şu taraflarda olacağını düşünüyorum. Burası kıyı ya. Evet, balıkçıların evi. Hemen önümüzde, tamam. O evi kaydedeyim. Konum işaret. Buranın konumu tamam. Göstereyim. salma. Heh, tamam. El freni açacağım. Kapı kapanmasaydı. Burası büyük ihtimal değil mi? Buraya gidelim artık.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Ben bu evi çok seviyorum. What?
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello?
Merhaba bey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Başım.
Oh, my head.
Polis misin?
What?
Onlar zaten her
Who are
şeyi
you?
anlattı.
Are you police?
Bu adam da şu
I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay.
Tamam.
What do you want?
Evet arkadaşlar burada bitirelim. Devam edeceğiz. Ama şu anda neyse bitirmeyelim.
Tell me about your...
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Kim diğeri nerede?
That and I have.
Gitmem gerekeceğim şimdi.
I'll leave it. I don't know.
Evet, bugün bu kadar arkadaşlar. Beni izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Kanalıma abone olmayı ve like atmayı unutmayın. Eğer devamını istiyorsanız yazabilirsiniz yorumlara. Ve like atarsanız yine kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. The Sinking City bence güzel başladı ve oyun bence efsane güzel yani. Devam edeceğiz. Birkaç güne ikinci bölümünü atarım. Görüşmek üzere arkadaşlar, sizi seviyorum. Bu arada ilk serimiz bu. Daha önce Joking Simulator'ı atmıştım. Bu sefer de bunu atayım dedim çünkü güzel bir oyun. Evet. İzlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Bay bay, sizi seviyorum. Hoşçakalın.